have the fighter sit in the middle.
Good? I don't know why they're so angry. I gotta turn that off.
Here comes Alers. So this shot's ready. Hey, Josh, put a little space between the chairs, a little bit.
All right, I'm sorry.
Sit in the middle.
I told David the other day. I told David, you're gonna be a fucking champ, bro.
I need that belt.
To be fighting on these coaches, bro.
I saw blood. I was Israel! South Florida represented.
Test, 1, 2, test. Test, 1, 2, test. Test, 1, 2, test. Test. Test, 1, 2, test. Test. I see it lighting up right there. Test. Is it your headphones? Like.
Come on, Israel.
We're good? There you go. I see it going up. We're live? All right, guys, welcome back. Combat Insiders Live, BKFC 8 post-fight edition. As you can see, Nick Portella, Josh Furs, forgot the intro. But, guys, what a wild night it was. We're live in Tampa, Florida. And I tell you what, one of the stars of the night, one of the stars of the company, Jim Alers, my man, Julian Lang, you said what you were going to do. You went out there and did it. I guess tell us in your own words how you felt leading up to this fight and, the eventual finish of the fight.
Man, I'm a happy guy. I'm excited to be here. I'm just here to have fun. I don't know why he was so angry, man. I think he just kind of knew what was going to happen, and he was just in here, like, hoping he'd get the win. You know, overall, I'm sure he's a good guy and all, but, I called it. I knew it was going to happen. I kind of felt he knew I was going to come in the way I did. So he was hugging me, running away and stuff, and that's not the way I want to fight. You know, David Feldman wants us to stand in the line and brawl it out, and that's what I like to do. So second round came along. I called him into the middle. I kind of had to adjust a little bit, and I saw he kept ducking down. And I timed him with a perfect uppercut, and then from there, that was it, man.
I feel like every time we sit down with you, we run out of questions. We know what the game plan is. You've never hidden that from anybody. The only thing I really have to ask is, what's it like actually seeing a second round finally?
You know, the rounds were really fast. If you saw, I was up, pacing, looking at him. He was sitting down. I prepare for 5 rounds all the time, just in case. So it was nothing to me, man. If it would have went 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, I would have been keeping the same pace coming at him. So it was fun. It was fun to go to the second round, I guess. Something
You're
different.
the only guy that's smiling all the time, before, after, during. It's kind of awesome. It's really what
man,
the sport's about.
I'm just happy to be here, and it's just like I said, it reignited my love for fighting. I kind of lost it in MMA a little bit, and just I'm having fun again, and that's all it's about, you know. Yeah, it's fun to make money, it's fun to get the W's, but just being in there and enjoying what you're doing, that's what it's about.
So now the big question, what do you want next? I mean, they've given you tough opponents all the way through. You're kind of starting to clear out and you're at another level. Who's next, or who would you like next?
I'm probably I'm just clearing out the division for what I've been told. I know London Garcia was supposed to be a setup, and I went in there and finished him. But I know Julian Lane had like five bare knuckle fights. Was a champion over there in England. I don't know who they got for me. I know we got Artem and Jason next. I'd love to get in there and get my chance with Artem. Like I said before, I was supposed to fight McGregor back in the day. Artem is his little henchman. He's getting all this fame for what? Two decisions? I'm in there knocking people out, putting them on the mat. 3-0, 3 knockouts. No one else in the company is doing that. Give me the fight. Give me the money fight.
I feel like it's safe to say, and I don't want to use the word homegrown because you are a UFC veteran, but you came into the sport and built your brand by your actions. We saw you in Tampa last time. We're seeing you here. It's the same thing. Knockout after knockout after knockout. I think you're next. I think you're the guy right now.
Like I said, man, it's all God's will. I'm just having fun and enjoying my time here. I thank David for just allowing me to come in here and display my skills. I've always felt I had power, and in MMA, I always went to the ground because jiu-jitsu was my thing. But it's awesome to get the chance to show the world that, hey, man, I can knock people out too.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's funny. I don't know if you remember. So right before the Leonard Garcia fight, I said BKFC knockout artist, and he laughed at me. I don't know if you remember that. He laughed at me.
Yeah.
I mean, look where we are now. Like you said, you just talked about your power, but how surprised are you at the power? Like, how surprised how well you're doing? And I don't what do you contribute to that?
Honestly, it surprises me every time. Every time I come in there, I'm like, I just watched the London Garcia fight for the first time 2 days ago. And I'm like, who is that guy in there? And in this one, I can see myself throwing that uppercut and just seeing him fall to the ground. And I was like, what is happening, man? Who's possessing me right now to get these hands, to get the speed, to get this knockout power? But like I said, I must have always had it. My teammates always said I hit like a truck. But it's just awesome to get in there and actually get to do it, Yeah,
100%. And I know you already touched on it, but how soon do you want to get back in here again?
Man, hopefully, if I am if my hand's not broken, if I'm ready to go, if they need someone to jump in November, I was ready to jump in 4 bare knuckle fighting championships in a row. I don't think anyone else has done that, so I just want to make records and make history here.
And keep having fun.
Speaking of what's the extent of the injuries that you know of?
It's pretty swollen. The knuckle was out there. Hopefully it's not broken. I don't know. I never broke my hand before, so I wouldn't know. But hopefully we're good. I go to the doctor, they say it's just swollen, and I'll be able to go. Maybe November's too early, but yeah, let's do bare knuckle 10.
All right, my man. I tell you what, I can't wait, man. It was exciting. You're always exciting to watch, and congratulations to you. And we don't want to hold you up too much, man. We know you want to start that victory party, and thank you for taking the time, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on.
I would, man.
No, you get the pass today.
I don't want to mess you up.
Take care, Jim.
Woo! Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
So, man, I tell you what, we're pumped up, man. I tell you what, Jim Alers is something else, and you said it before. He's just something special. Just something special.
I don't. I remember watching him in the UFC, and would be like, "Oh, fights on the ground, they're in trouble."
Yeah.
I don't ever remember talking about his striking because he consistently was able to take guys down and finish them. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he got the chance to show that he can do it.
Yeah.
And he's fucking doing it in leaps and bounds.
Is it safe to say? A lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that this is the best? I mean, obviously, every card that comes up is always the best card, right? The next one's always the best one. But, I mean, truly, honestly, was this the best card?
See, the problem with saying things like that is, you have a main event that's really like a hype train and people want to see it.
Yeah.
Or you have that dark horse on the undercard that comes out of the gate with that holy shit moment.
Yeah.
I believe that this fight for fight, even with them having 2 fights drop off, you would make a strong case for saying that this is the best card they put on, fight for fight, and performance for performance.
Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. I tell you what, I'm excited for the next one. We're only, 4 weeks away from BKFC 9, the rematch.
The rematch.
Right? I mean,
the rematch.
It's hard to even talk about that one because this one was so good. Like we're still shaking off of this.
I'll tell you what I can say about the next one. I borderline feel bad for Artem and Jason Knight, and not that they're both not monsters.
Yeah.
They have a tall order to live up to that people are expecting to see.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know, man, because we saw Lopez Beltran too, and
Great fight.
Just
wasn't
there's
one.
a lot to live up to the first one, and that's
Right.
not no diss or nothing like that, right?
No.
It's just that's a hard, tall task to live up to.
Right.
I'll tell you what, man. I want to touch on the Reggie Pena Lorenzo Hunt fight. Right, there was a lot of heat going into that. There was a lot of bad blood. We saw the interviews, a lot of crazy stuff going on, and then we saw, Reggie Pena. He got stopped eventually. He had that huge, just ghastly whelp above his eye.
Right.
I know we were pretty split as far as who was going to take it, and I tell you what, man, it did not disappoint. What's the word? Selfishly, I wish maybe it kind of would have went on, but not for the sake of, Reggie's health. But
of course.
I mean, what did you think about the fight, Nick?
Well, I was kind of torn on it. We kind of knew what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Reggie has a legitimate combat sports background, but he was coming off of retirement.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's a little more active. I think Reggie went back and had it almost appeared like he had a really good game plan of letting Lorenzo come out and punch to get him to slow down a little bit. I think Reggie weathered the storm on purpose.
Yeah.
And not taking away anything from either guy, but if the fight were to have ended right there, not because of the swollen eye, I think Reggie won 2 rounds.
Come on in. We got Mr. Scott Burt.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Boss
This
man,
guy.
Police Gazette Boxing
This guy.
Hall of Fame here.
Sports, man.
And I
Not
tell you
even a
what.
draw all night.
No draws all night.
I had two extra medals in my pocket just in case.
That's because you're a well-prepared, fine-tuned machine.
Wow,
you-
how exciting is that?
You know what? Like me and Nick were talking about this all week, really all month leading up to this fight, that there were so many good fights on this card. And I'll be honest with you, and this isn't just saying it because we're here. I don't know if there was a bad fight on the card. I mean, honest,
No.
true to God.
No.
There was not a bad fight on the
No,
card.
Some slightly slower than others, but it's just a different style. 'Cause
Right.
We all know in every combat sport, all the fighters have different styles. No one was running. They were all in there. Of course, we get spoiled sometimes when they jump right in and bam, 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 right? And we expect them all to be like that, but that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen.
We just we're talking. I think fight for fight. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to say every card is the best card because we're here. But I think if you step back and look at this one, fight for fight, performance for performance, and how they ended.
Oh,
I think this might have been it. I don't know. I think it was the best card.
It was the best. It was certainly the best shoes we had in the competition.
The shoes, the shoe thing. Someone needs to write in and
They're playing for
and
second.
dethrone this
They're playing
guy
for second.
with his shoe thing.
Now, Scott Burt, the rumor mill was somebody cheated in the shoe
There
race.
was.
Is that true?
Was that a rumor?
Disqualified.
Is that true?
Jeff Houston took shoes he'd worn before and spray painted them. Out.
Shame on you, Jeff.
You're putting them right on
shame on
blast
you.
right here.
Out, Jeff, out. Sal Ramos, though, he has a shoe team.
Well, wait. Here's the question.
Yeah.
The spray painted shoes. Did they win before they were spray painted?
Well, that was the one that was from the very first one. And that instigated me to say, you know what? I can beat those.
Oh, so that's what kind of that's what flame started the fire.
He cheaped out. He didn't even get good paint. It was really bad silver.
And that's per the guy who wins every event with the shoe thing.
One guy I'd like to bring up too, and I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't bring him up, was Travis Thompson. He's coming on this fight 4 days notice, right?
Right.
Against Dat Nguyen, and I mean, my God, Dat Nguyen has such a record in boxing and kickboxing, and for Travis to come in and do what he did on 4 days notice against such an accomplished athlete
That
was
says a
nothing
lot.
short of amazing.
That also says a lot for him and his dedication to promoting bare-knuckle boxing, because he could have said no. He could have said no.
He could have said no. The impressive part was at the last round, they were laughing and talking, but not like trash talking, touching hands. I think Travis earned the respect of a world champion today.
Yes.
110%, and he deserves it.
Yep. And I noticed that too, and I could see that he got the respect there, no problem. But honestly, from my own personal point, I would prefer the fighters just fight. You know, some of that is a little bit too much once in a while, but they were. I was okay with that amount. But we've all seen it sometimes when it's just too much. But that showed respect. Yes, it did. I was just so impressed that Travis could come out and do that on 4 days' notice. And, you know, who in their heart, you know, even if it wasn't verbally, who in their heart wouldn't want him to have a good showing and win because of being called on the spot like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was impressed. And the one thing about him is here's things you definitely know are going to happen. One, Travis is going to show up no matter how short or long notice, with or without a camp. Two, he's going to fight you.
You're going to take him out on his shield.
Yes. And he has some losses. He's never been finished. The guy is just tough as nails.
Yep.
And he'll be back. We expect to see him.
I have so much respect for Travis, not only as Travis as a fighter, but Travis as a family man too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thank God. I'm fortunate he lives in my neck of the woods. We're only about 45 minutes away from each other. He's just an all-around good guy.
Yes. In my heart, I'm rooting. I was rooting, but I root either way. But because of that short notice and that call. But what a gutsy guy. What an athlete.
From your point of view, and I guess I have a couple picks myself. Fight of the night, gun to your head.
Oh, fight of the night to me? I don't know. I never even thought of it that way.
This is a tough one. I mean, honestly, like this is a tough one.
I mean, I don't know. Everybody, I can't pick that. I can't pick it.
You want me to pick one?
Well, I tell you what, I'd like the Dave Mundell fight. I thought that was a back and forth fight. I think maybe if Travis Thompson and that, I thought it was extremely competitive, and I thought it was very entertaining. It was extremely entertaining.
I'll tell you one thing that I thought I was very impressed with, and that was, when I put the ribbon around his neck, I said to him, my God, you've changed your style, and you've really, in my mind, super improved, and that was Abby. His style just seemed to change. You could tell he worked on any kind of weak points he had, and there were none. And he was just, he went after the guy. No backup in that.
And he's so young, so dedicated. Like, he's got infinite time. But for fight of the night, I was torn between Pena Hunt and Alers Lane. I'm going to lean towards Alers Lane because while the other fight was amazing, there were lulls because they were going at it, and you got to slow down. I felt like Jim Alers, Julian Lane never slowed down. Sure. That's just one of them things where it's who's going to get clipped and lose the fight.
Yes. And we all know Julian was upset at the end about it.
Well, I was going to say, were you as surprised as we were? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to make it out of the first round. I can be completely honest.
But from my vantage point, when he was staggering there with that shot in the side, let's bring him back to fight another day. Because if he was unaware and did catch one, that would have been trouble and we don't want that. We like that kid too much.
He's another guy like Travis, though. He earns his spot on the roster. Does. You know what you're getting with him. He's going to fight you. That's it.
So much respect for him, that kid.
Well, Scott Burt, since you're here, man, can we press you a little bit? Can we press you about the title situation? Like what
sure
155, 145? Like what? Like, is there any plan to bring these? To bring them.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we've done.
I'm glad he asked too.
Now you got to remember we are we're still relatively very young. So we gave out a belt to Beck Rawlings early because a lot of people didn't even know about us. Right.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and that was kind of the beginning. But then we decided that we're going to do tournaments, results of tournaments. So any promoter, people have got to remember, and Dave is very open about it too. We're not married to this promotion. We can go to any promotion. That asked us as long as their fighters are qualified. I've been asked a lot of times to go, and I've said to them, you got to have a tournament. You can't just prink 4 guys up off a bar stool and
let them fight and get a belt.
Not for a belt that's 137 years old. For your promotion, somebody out in the Midwest or something wants to have a brand new. Well, fine, but they say history. But we are history.
Well, you make it legitimate. You keep
and I've got to protect that. But to answer your question a little bit better, here's what we're going to do. So we thought about a belt for next month, Artem versus Jason, right? But then we thought, well, wait a minute. Jason's actually 0-1. Artem is in bare-knuckle, right?
Yes.
It's the best fight ever. In fact, they're going to be on. I'm bringing the award from the Hall of Fame.
From an entertainment perspective,
Yeah,
it is hands down.
I'm giving the awards that we declared for them as one of the top 10 fights of all time in bare-knuckle history.
Right.
I'll be bringing that next. So I thought, what can we do to honor them, but yet it's not quite ready for a belt? And here's what we're going to do. And you guys are the first people who are going to hear about it.
Boom.
We're
supposed to be the first people to hear about
Where
it.
do I go? I go to
You
Combat
come to
Insiders,
us.
right?
I appreciate that.
So here's what we're going to do. Now, you know that at the co events, in the main event, that I put a diamond set in sterling, a real diamond
Yes.
in sterling on the medallion, because that's whatever the promoter picks as the fight of the night, the
Right.
main events. So here's what we're going to do. I have an official postcard made up that says I contributed to the Artem versus Jason rematch. And whether the fans send me $1 or $5 or $20, or they want to buy an extra diamond, I will send that postcard out to them to keep so they can be part of the medallion that I present to the winner of that rematch fight. And if we can cover that medallion with diamonds as a fan-backed, appreciative medallion for the winner of that fight for what they did before, that's our plan.
Now, here's a good one.
Yeah.
For the people that are going to see this, and I would bet more than not will want to take some kind of part
Yes.
in this, because you get the card, the fight happens.
Yes.
You were part of it. What's
Yes.
the best way for them to contact you to set up how they want to send it?
Well, we're going to post it. You guys are going to post it.
We got
it. The absolute easiest way, my PayPal is srburt, SRBURT at AOL.com. And just send me anything and include anything you want. If your family is a family that can afford a couple bucks, great. If your family is one that can afford 100 or 200, and we'll also have the posting on what a diamond would cost if you wanted to buy a diamond in its entirety.
Right.
Or if you want to chip in on like a community diamond.
Community diamonds are good.
Yeah. And then everybody gets the postcard, and on the PayPal, srburt at AOL.com, include their address, and I'll stamp it and I'll sign it myself and send it right out to them. All right, what a great
like
idea, I
it.
think, don't you? It allows the fans to be part of and have a card.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Do you ever think we'll ever see same night tournaments in BKFC?
Where they fight more than
Yeah.
we saw one, didn't we? Not here in this promotion.
In another place.
Yeah, in another place we've seen it.
I'm not sure the Police Gazette would be part of a. I'd have to really be worked hard at being part of that, because I'm very concerned about fighter safety. Imagine that we had something here, but it was 5 rounds, and now you're talking 10 rounds. You see these guys are coming out of here.
My only concern would be 2 guys fight, 2 guys advance to the next round. Neither guy is at 100%.
No.
So it's not, I guess it's testing the durability, but they're not getting a fair shake because they're not at 100%.
Well, there's a lot there. You know what? And now you're asking a sanctioning body to approve a 10-round bare-knuckle fight.
I personally think they should just keep it the way they have.
Yes,
That's just me.
That's my
preference.
That's my opinion. Nothing's been brought to me officially. You asked me unofficially. That's my unofficial answer. I'm more concerned.
It's more of a curiosity question.
It was cool to see it when it happened. Like I'm not knocking it in any way. Just not my preference.
I'll tell you, when I saw it on TV, I was nervous though. I was nervous. But so they did do. I think if I saw it correctly in that promotion, I think they had another fight go on in case one of these other guys couldn't make it to the fight.
Backups.
As a backup.
Yes, they did.
Is a backup. But why not? Why all in one night? Why not? And then a month later, like Dave is doing here,
Yeah, he's spreading them out.
and have your semifinals, and then have your finals.
It gives guys a chance to recover, get back to up to 95+%.
Well, plus two, you know what? And while we're talking about that, I think you're right, because it really allows for the what's the word I'm looking for? The more standout athletes to, like you said, when it's spread out like that. Because when you see everybody fight in one night, you might have one guy dominate the whole tournament and win. But I mean, to truly see, like just for example, like Jim Alers.
Yeah.
If we would have did that the first night he was here, maybe we wouldn't have seen how much he really deserved it. But now that he's 3-0,
Well, let's take the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take the worst case scenario. You do have 2 fights. We saw a promotion. Yeah. Let's say they went lengthy. Let's say the second round, the championship round, someone got really, really hurt. Now what is the fallout from that? I mean,
Somebody's responsible for allowing it.
that's correct.
That's what it seems like to me.
Yes. And so, on the surface, my initial knee-jerk reaction is I would not be in favor of it.
I don't think you're going to see it here.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe down the road, maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. So.
I tell you what, man, I'm super pumped for the future of this company. I say it every time we do a show of how excited the whole build up to the card, how I feel after the card. Like, I stay buzzed. I mean, every time we talk about BareKnuckle, I just stay buzzed. And the fact that we're only 4 weeks away from another
now,
one.
there's not even time to kind of like level down.
That's not even enough time to.
Yeah.
Like, we got to level out, man. I need some time.
We need to go home and start.
I need to go
start
home and
getting
relax
on. Start getting
before
on
we
the
start
next
getting
one.
into This, but here, we're 4 weeks away. I mean,
Well, that's why I didn't want to bring out the idea that we're going to have for our diamond encrusted medallion until after this fight. You don't want to take anything away from.
Rob a
tonight.
bank.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Or jewelry store.
Yeah.
Cut out the middleman.
But I got to tell you though, to close out my segment here though, I won the shoe competition. I had the $1 million stitched into it, and it said Sal Ramos with the crown on it because he's sponsoring the $1 million race car challenge.
Right.
And in the end, I gave him my shoes, so I got to go find a pair to get home.
Those work. Those work. They're not as cool as the other ones, but
Thanks for
well, Scott Burt, we
Anytime,
appreciate
Scott.
your time, man. We appreciate everything
We'll talk
you do,
to you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
It was good seeing
and
you.
I tell you, hey, and again, Ringside Beer takes notice of what you guys do.
Ringside
And
Beer,
they-
I drank them
We
last
appreciate
night.
we appreciate them.
And they really wanted me to especially recognize you guys. So
We appreciate that.
Where are them guys
Shout out to Ringside Beer. Shout out to Ringside Beer.
Absolutely.
They took off. They said this is the best. That was Anheuser-Busch, who has the Ringside distribution. This is the best night we have ever had. All 4 of the executives.
I like Anheuser-Busch, but I'm all about Ringside Beer.
Do I see Abby over there?
Abby
I
is
think I
right
see
there.
Abby.
Thank you, Scott Burt.
All right.
Guys, it looks like we got Abdiel Velazquez. Man, I tell you what, this place is there's just a buzz in the air. There he is.
Have a seat.
Man of the hour.
Have a
What's up, my
seat.
man?
Now, wait a minute here. We got to clean off this metal.
Clean off the metal
There
there.
you go. Abby.
There he is.
Take it.
We call that the knucklehead, and you're sitting between 2 of them.
Wait
This
a
guy's
minute.
got jokes.
Wait a minute.
This guy's got
Abdiel
jokes.
Velazquez, what's going on, my man? How you feeling?
Great. Got a swollen hand, but other than that, I feel great, man. Feel happy.
All right. So we noticed a big difference from last fight to this fight. Without giving away too much, what did you change in your camp? You just came off faster, more agile. I don't know. Something's different. Something changed in your camp. Don't give away all the secrets. Just a little.
Not giving it all the way, but I worked on my speed a little bit. My power, my punches. Also conditioning my hands. That's the main thing as a knuckle fighter. That you have to condition all the time your hands, and I was ready. Me and my coaches to prepare a good plan. I know Rick Caruso took a fight from a 2-week notice, but it's a new guy. He's he's a debut. He doesn't know about the bare knuckle world, so had to come in and take advantage of it and capitalize it.
I have a theory on short notice fights. You said he took it on 2 weeks. You also took a short notice fight on 2 weeks because the opponent changes.
Yes.
So you have to deal with it. The question of the hour, I'm sure you probably heard it a million times. At your weight class, you make a strong argument for another title shot. It's a valid argument. Are you looking for that next? I mean, obviously, the man who holds that belt currently is going to be fighting at a different weight class next month. But when that's done,
I don't know. Depends, man. I'm hoping that David set that up. I've been wanting Josh since I lost that last one, but Josh is beatable. Johnny's beatable. Anybody's beatable. So I know I can beat him. And I just want that belt. I just don't think that Johnny's gonna drop to 35. I don't think so. He can make that 35-pound anymore. So he might have to give it up, and we have to go and do it again. I don't see him doing it.
I don't know. I personally feel like now with the revamped new camp, things are changed. I think it's a different fight now.
Yeah.
I have to ask, man, is it almost maybe, I don't know if bittersweet is the right word, because obviously you're excited that you won, but we know that you wanted, when you came on the show before, you expressed how excited you were that you were facing Herrera because you were going to face him in MMA once before. Stuff happened. He went to the UFC. You talked about how excited you were to finally get the chance to get your hands on him. And then things happened again. Then you had the last-minute opponent change. Is there something, like, are you still looking to face him? Does it take away anything? Or are you just, as far as that specifically?
No, at first, when they told me about him backing out, it kind of bummed me out because, everybody in Tampa wanted to see this fight. It was one of the best fights, in the card. So, when that happened, everybody was bummed about it. And, it is what it is. Fight, people get hurt, get injured. But at the same time, if David matched us up again, I'll take on that fight. I'll face Gene. I want to face Gene. I've been wanting to face Gene since the very beginning, but I don't know if he's ready for me. With the bare knuckles, I don't think he can catch up with me. I'm 3-1 right now, and he has to catch up to me where I'm at.
100%, man. And I know, just to follow up on what Nick was talking about, how soon do you want to get back in there?
As fast as possible. I know I got to rest my hands for a little bit. But other than that, I'm just trying to get as much fights as I can, and fight. I want to get bare knuckle out there.
What was that feeling, man? Because, when you won the fight, I was kind of in the back doing some stuff, and I heard the pop of the crowd. It gives me goosebumps kind of thinking about it right now. Like, describe that moment for you, because you know what, man? Like, it's one thing, like, you won the fight, but, that had to have been not just a high point in your career, but a high point in just life, man. Like, that was a huge moment for you. Talk about how you were feeling.
Oh, man, that feeling was great. I heard the pop too myself. When I popped him, I felt the pop too. I was like, oh crap, I popped him, and when he dropped already that first first second of when the bell rang, I was like, okay, this fight's not gonna last. I already know that, and from there, I just gotta take advantage, capitalize it, keep that pressure going, because I could tell he was trying to recover, but if I just kept going, knocking him out, and dropping him, he was not gonna recover.
I tell you what, man, it was exciting, and you know what, real quick too, just off the top of my head question, are you going to be keeping a close eye because with Johnny Bedford having the 135-pound title, you're going to be keeping a close eye when he fights Felony?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep a close eye. I'm gonna watch that fight and see how he fights, and look at that fight and study it, see how he does, and probably won't change much. He's still gonna be the same guy, taunting, trying to get people, do what he wants, playing mind games. I can see that. He play mind games, and that's who he is.
Are you worried that if he goes up to 145, he'll stay, maybe never come back down? Or, it's just...
If he doesn't come back down, then he's running away. He doesn't want to face us or face...
There's always that.
Exactly. So, I could be plenty of things, but if he could cut to 35, I know he could cut 35 because he cut 35 to be in this tournament, and he won it, so he has to defend it. That's what happens.
I think that's just the fight we're all waiting for. We sit here and speculate so much. How about this? Whoever they offer you, we know you're going to fight.
Yeah.
And then we'll be sitting here doing the same thing again.
Exactly.
See, I summed it all up.
100%.
I know things about things, okay?
Well, Mr. Velazquez, we don't want to hold you up from your victory party too much, my man, but we appreciate you.
Abby,
You're always exciting to
thank you,
watch,
sir.
and we can't wait to see you again, my man.
Always.
Thanks for having me, guys. See you guys again.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, man.
Next. Say what? That's a good kid, man. I really
Abby?
like Abby.
Oh, yeah.
Good, solid kid.
No question.
All right, looks like we got ourselves
Hey, what's up?
there
A guy
he
who's
is, man.
built for
Hector
bare knuckle.
Lombard. What's going on, my man?
Guys.
Man, we've been waiting for you to come over here.
Oh man, I love this sport. I love the confrontation, and I love the brutality. I love everything about it.
Hey, man. When are we going to see you toe the line and get in there bare knuckle?
We coming soon. I already signed with him. I already signed, and I'm gonna be talking next week with David about who he's gonna be matching me out with, and I'm happy about it. But I'm already here.
If you could pick somebody, your ideal first opponent, who would it be?
We're looking to get like one of these up and comers, like hungry guys, to validate my to me to be here, and then I'm gonna go after that for the Bandele. I'm gonna mess him up.
I'll tell you, I've always said
He was looking at me like funny today, so I didn't like that.
he was giving you a little bit of
He was
eyeball.
Yeah, he was looking at me like, I don't know what happened, but I said like, I ain't no scared of no man, so I will fight him too.
You're thinking as soon as possible. Like you want to get in here like tomorrow if
Like
you could.
tonight.
Would you get in there?
No, I would just say I will give it time. I will give him time, and I will give I will get the build up because at the end of the day, it's all about money. So we're gonna build the fight, and I want everybody to see the fight, and I want everybody to see the confrontation between me and him. He's a huge name. He's a fucking legend of the sport.
I think you're a huge name, though, and I think
Yeah,
you
but
have a style.
He's a legend too. He fought in Pride. I fought in Pride. He fought in UFC. I fought in UFC, and I fought in Bellator. But he fought in so many different organizations.
Right.
So I fought in so many different organizations. So it's time to meet. He come here to my backyard, so we need to get it.
Why not?
Fuck yeah.
Why not? In terms of
It's all about fighting, right? This is
Yeah.
a fighting game. So, it's like, in the school, you tough boy, you want to meet out with the tough guy, too. So,
in terms of training preparation, have you already kind of transitioned into the bare knuckle?
yeah, I've been training with Kevin. I've been kind of like just doing like, punching without gloves. I've been doing kind of like, clinching and all that. What the sport is all about, but I'm not new to the game because I've been a boxer, I've been a kickboxer, I've been an MMA fighter, so I'm kind of like adjusting to it. But I'm a fighter. I've been fighting for a long time.
Well, I noticed the one thing that seems to be the common theme among people that transition into bare knuckle is obviously, the obvious difference, but the other difference is they say the pace of the fight is different because it's 2-minute rounds.
You gotta go fucking hard. Yeah. Sorry for my language.
You're
no,
good.
no.
Say what you want.
This is say what you want type of thing.
All right, but you gotta go hard. It's not like you freaking like, oh, let me pace myself because we got another 5 rounds. No, fuck that. You gotta go hard.
I said
I
way
like
back
that.
when. I said way back when that he had a style. Mark my words, built for bare knuckle.
Oh man,
that you would be good for
I
this
have
sport.
big hands, so
Plus,
somebody-
you've been in a fight at least once without gloves on, yeah?
Oh yeah, a bunch of times. So
This is no big deal at this point.
I'm excited. Hey, I'm very. The camera's in there.
It is right there.
Okay, I'm excited. And I know Bandel is signed with BareKnuckle too.
What's up?
I believe it's in works, but it's not
Okay,
official
when-
yet.
when
He
he
said-
sign, let me know.
He said he's close.
Okay.
He said because we just talked to him earlier. He said he's close.
When he signs,
He's-
let him know.
He's
There you
working
go.
out a deal.
Yeah, okay. It's all about money for what I can see. So when that gets out of the way,
I think that's a money fight, you two.
yeah.
That's it.
Everybody wants to see that, like I'm going for you, dude.
I think that can headline anywhere, man.
Yeah,
I
that
think that can
headlines
headline
any
any card.
Why not? I'm going for you, bro.
I love it. I love it. Hector,
Well,
thank you
Mr.
for
Hector
your time,
Lombard,
man.
we appreciate your time, my man.
you so much.
We are excited to see you in the ring, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, brother.
You two guys.
Have a good one.
Turn around. There's someone else coming.
Champ, congratulations, bro. Thank you. Good job.
He crow-copped.
What's up, brother? Take a seat, man.
How are you?
Mr. Gabriel Gonzaga, man, I have to tell you what. Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. I guess talk to us enough of me talking about it, but what were your thoughts coming into this fight? Because it's a transition into the bare knuckle world. What were your thoughts coming into this fight and the result?
The result was as expected. I did a really good training session with my boxing coach Rocky Gonzalez and my Muay Thai coach Ibere Reis, and I really did a lot of speed tracking because I knew I would be faster than him. So that was the game plan and worked well.
The real question that I'm excited for is, you've been here, you did it once. Is this something you can see yourself continuing to do, taking the gloves off?
Yeah, I definitely can do a few more. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm healthy. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna fight in the grappling event right now with the world one of the champs of ADCC, Gordon Ryan. So I'm gonna fight
okay.
right now. I just won the world champion in my division in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu this year. I'm all over the place, and if it's the right time, right I will be here.
I got a two-part question, man. How difficult or how much of a surprise was it with the transition to the sport from the MMA world? And did anything that Bigfoot did surprise you in the fight?
No, I have been training since 2004 boxing. So 15 years of boxing in my back. People don't see the boxing that much because the MMA world is a complete aspect. You need to be worried about the kicks. You need to be worried about the grappling part and a lot of things on there. But back in the day, my boxing coach, Cebola, taught me really well how to move in learning the muscle memory for boxing. So definitely I was ready for boxing. So I forgot. I did 2 years ago my first pro boxing and I won too. Yeah.
Was there anything that Bigfoot did that surprised you in the fight?
No, I was ready for him. Actually, one thing and I noticed then I didn't expect him to do so well was Perry. He was taking out really easy the jabs, and I thought, oh, he probably trained that a lot. So then I need to put a little bit more speed on that.
I think all in all, it was an amazing main event. I mean, all the greatest main events never go the distance anyway. You know, you guys were in there ready to go. We knew what it was going to be, and it was his day. He performed flawlessly.
Thank you.
And that means we get him back. Get him back one more time at least.
I'll tell you what, man, we're super excited. It was a hell of a main event. Man, I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see you again, man. I hope you come back, man. I really do. I hope you come back to BareKnuckle. I think it suits you, man. I really do. I think it suits you.
Yeah, like I said, I like the boxing aspect of the because it's just a box. You don't worry about the kicks. You don't worry about the grappling, sprawl, and things. So your body is easy to prepare for this kind of fight. MMA is much more things you need to cover, so your body gets really destroyed before the fight in the training camp. So it's different than just boxing. So that's why I did sign up, and that's why I feel good today.
Yeah. What's the extent of the injury there?
I didn't see it, but I believe it's not a big problem. It's just
swollen?
Yeah, just swollen a little, yes.
Well, my man, we appreciate it. I would bump you that one, but I don't want to bump. We'll bump this one. Gabriel Gonzaga, everybody. Man, I tell you what, MMA legend right here.
Facts.
Main event, he defeated Bigfoot Silva, BKFC 8 live from Tampa. And my man, we appreciate your time so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Guys, we're going to close the show out right here. Oh, hold on. No, we still got more. Guys, Gabriel Gonzaga, we're going to make room for Travis Thompson. We appreciate it so much, my man. Appreciate it so much. Look, can't wait to see you again.
We were just talking about you. I swear to God.
Here he is. Travis the
I
Animal
swear
Thompson,
to God, we
man.
were just with Scott Burt. We were all talking about you.
Really? What were you saying? Anything good?
You know what we were saying? That it doesn't matter if it's on 2 seconds notice.
I'm ready to fight tomorrow.
Wait.
Like, dude, don't let this fool you. This is good. It's cushion.
It's just cushion?
It's cushion.
What we said is it doesn't matter what the time is between when you fought or how long you have, and we know you're going to fight your opponent. There's no point matches.
I love this. What I want people to understand about this fight, Dat Nguyen is an elite level boxer. Elite level. Like
world champion.
He's never been knocked out. Like he's a fucking elite level boxer. I went 5 rounds with an elite level boxer. Okay? And in my opinion, I don't give a shit what judges say or whatever. First round was all mine. I dominated the first round. I had some more in the second round. But you got to realize, I took this on 4 days' notice. I was third, fourth, fifth round. I was dead fucking tired. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't show it. I have a pretty good poker face because you can't show it. Fucking ring card girl came in. I think it was I thought it was the 5th round. She comes in holding up round 4. I was like, motherfucker. But then, like, he wanted to dance and talk. I was like, awesome, we're doing this. I don't give a fuck. You can punch me in the face all you want.
It looked like you guys were having fun towards the end.
That is a great dude, and this was my most favorite fight ever.
Yeah?
Dude, I enjoyed myself immensely because we're like making fun of each other. Like I was like, I got you. He's like, yeah, okay. And then he threw 2. He's like, good, I got you too. I was like, motherfucker. So I had to come back with more. It was fun. It was very entertaining. And I happen to think, I like to think that we were fighting tonight. I think we entertained everybody.
It was by far the entertainment, because we came in. We know how you fight.
Yeah.
We've seen you fight, and we know what he has done without taking the gloves off. So it was one of them like, how's this going to go? Like, he's a boxer, but if you get into that dogfight, like the first round was a dogfight.
And if, man, I wish I had a fucking camp. Because, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I'm fucking dead tired, dude. Like, I'm always in shape, but there's a big difference between being in shape and being in fight shape. You give me a fucking camp, I keep that up for 5 rounds, total different story.
Look, I think matter of fact, I don't have to think. I know what your answer is going to be in this next question, but I just want to hear you say it. Was there any hesitation in taking this fight 4 days ago?
Fuck no. He could have called me yesterday and I'd take it today. I don't give a shit. I love it.
He said he's ready to fight tomorrow.
I love the fight. That's the thing. People do this because they want paychecks. I'm famous. I'm on pay-per-view. Get the fuck out of here. I'm doing this so I get a fight. I love fighting, and I love fighting for Dave Feldman. I love fighting for this entire organization because I love the people involved. I want to be the person that welcomes anybody into this BareKnuckle. I don't give a shit if I lose every fucking fight. My job is to put on a show. I like to think that I do. And I want it to be a tough fucking challenge for anyone that wants to come in here. I want someone to come in here and be like, you know what? Holy shit, maybe I don't want to do this. And I'm the reason why you don't want to do it. Like, yeah, Dat won. Did you see his fucking hands afterwards?
Yeah, we sure did.
Like, and that's because he punched me in the face a lot.
And you were okay with it.
The fuck do I care? It's only a face. You can't damage this. This is beautiful.
Well, I tell you what, man, and maybe we're a little biased, but I don't really care. You know, man, I tell you what, for the respect we already had for you, I can't even put into what it just multiplied by 1,000, man. I tell you what,
that means a lot to me.
You came in here 4 days notice, and I tell you what, you didn't let him fucking take it easy either. You gave.
We
it
were
to
talking
him.
about it when the 5th round started.
As it was happening, we were like, man, he is not letting him have this.
I can't. And that's the thing. I couldn't because, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I was giving him the space to do what he does, and that's what happened. In the first 2 rounds, he didn't have that option. Again, if I could have kept that up for 5 rounds, those scores would have been totally different.
What we definitely knew is you were not going to give this fight to him. Even tired, 5th round, it's just not. You're not built that way.
It was funny because he's got fucking phenomenal movement. He's a great boxer, man. He really is. But I mean, you saw he got me some good shots, but you saw the returns. They were right there. He got me with a couple good ones, but my hand was right there to catch him when he was getting away. Didn't matter, and I love it. I love the shit. He got me with a couple good. He got me with a couple of good right hands. And did you see me face? What'd I do? I go forward.
I don't think it's biased. I think you could have grabbed anybody out of the stands that follows the sport.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right.
They don't even have to care win or lose. You know what he's going to do. It's entertainment.
That means a lot to me, and that's what really meant a lot to me. Was a lot of Dats, fans, friends, family. They all came up and said, dude, that's an awesome fight. You did awesome. Great job. That means a lot to me. It's like I didn't win over your fans, obviously, but I got respect from your fans. I got respect from everyone here. That's what this is about. This isn't about money for me. This is about people knowing who the fuck I am and be like, holy shit.
He's going to remember who you are tomorrow.
That's what I want people. I want everyone to remember who I am. I want everyone to at home watching the pay-per-views be like, holy shit. You know what? The rest of the fight,
I think they did, my man.
Yeah, but the rest of the fights, like they were like, what the fuck? Another pay-per-view. And then my fight comes on, they're like, holy shit. That's what we paid for. And that's what it's about, man.
We definitely tell people every time, not as much this time because we only had 4 days notice as
4
well.
days notice. I know.
But we let people know, man, when you're on there, like there's people, there's fights, there's certain things where 100%.
This dude's coming to fucking
You're
fight.
coming to fight.
I want to.
Julian and Jim were coming to fight.
Yep,
Doesn't matter the
absolutely.
outcome.
It doesn't
you knew
matter.
what it was going to be.
Exactly. And I think I told you guys this before. I want to trump, the Jason Knight and the Artem Lobov, which is pretty cool because Jason Knight was working my corner. But
yeah.
It would be, and it's no disrespect to them at all because they put on a fucking war the last time. But I want people to be like, holy shit, I want to see Travis Thompson fight again. I want.
Yeah, but you're the guy for that war.
But
You're
that's
ready
what
for
I want.
that.
That's what I want. I want to do that. I want to do that. And dude, I would love to jump in there with Jason Knight or Artem Lobov. Fucking, I would love to do that.
And then be friends later.
Oh, dude, already friends. Before and after. Dude, I was friends with Dat before we did this. Not, because of the people that we trained with, we both had that relationship. I never really knew him, but as soon as we saw each other, we were shaking hands. Yo, what's up? How you doing? We're talking, shooting the shit. But even in the ring, like, dude, you're always going to get the stare down from me. Because when we're in the ring, I'm there to fuck you up. I'm not there to have fun.
We're not friends here.
We could be friendly, but you give me a shot, I'm going to fucking take it. Like, there were some times I was doing some dirty shit. Of course I'm going to. I'm here to fucking beat you. Afterwards, whatever, we'll go get a drink. I'll give a shit. Like, at third, fourth, fifth round, we're having fun with each other. It's a great time.
That's what we said. We knew it was going to have to be dirty. You were going to have to make it dirty.
I have to. I wanted to piss him off. It didn't happen. Like, I got into him a little bit in the first round. He's like, what the fuck? Because he didn't know in boxing it's the bell. Yeah, I'm cursing. That's all I fucking do. Curse, 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 curse. Kelly, fuck, 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 fuck. There you go. No, but
Is he able to piss you off real
I
quick?
piss her off all the fucking time.
Is he okay with that?
I don't give a shit.
It's almost like a necessity in America.
Yeah, it is.
I do the same shit. It's fine.
Right. Well, at least I make her go to fuck to New York to go pick up my trunks this time.
Oh, that was the last time we
That
were
was
out
last
here.
time,
I
last
remember
time.
that.
Last time, yeah.
Oh, you got to spend a sleepover?
Yeah, last time what people don't know is last time my wife had to drive from like Philly area. She had to drive from Philly to Brooklyn at midnight. At midnight, was there till 2:30 in the morning, and then had to go from Brooklyn to Philly to go get a flight that the guy paid for. Didn't actually pay for the ticket, so we had to pay for her to fly here, and she got me my trunks like 2 or 3 hours before the event.
And look, all of that work earned you a sleepover today.
Yeah.
There you go.
You won. You're a winner.
There you go.
You're a winner.
There you
And
go.
You gotta watch me get punched in the fucking face. So you're loving life. She's loving life.
Oh, my
She's loving
goodness.
it?
Loving it.
Well, my man, I tell you
I'm
what.
pretty sure she was cheering for Dat the whole fucking time.
Oh, my God.
Hit him the fuck again.
She was on team Dat be that.
Dude, she wore a shirt that said Dat be Dat.
She did
terrible.
not.
Oh my God, I was pissed.
That's terrible.
I'm just kidding.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up, and I couldn't think
She
of
seems
anybody
so
else to
nice.
wrap it up better with
Oh,
than
never.
Travis
This is
Animal
our guy.
Thompson.
God, these are my guys.
Appreciate it so much.
Yo, Combat Insiders. This is the only ones that you listen to.
We appreciate
My
it.
guys.
We're it.
Check out combatinsiders.com. You obviously know it, all the stuff. We're on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yada, yada, yada.
Check out Travis Animal Thompson.
Fuck yeah.
And I tell you what, that's all we got. We're
Right,
here
just-
live in Tampa.
I need my trading cards.
We'll
Look,
get you. We'll get you.
You are,
We'll get you.
for anybody, he is the next batch. He'd have been this batch, but on 4 days' notice, you can't print anything.
I don't want to hear that.
For all your
That's
bare-knuckle coverage.
Unacceptable.
What?
When the baddest motherfucker belt comes,
That's mine.
When
That's
the
it,
baddest
the baddest
motherfucker
motherfucker
belt
belt.
comes to
Oh,
bare knuckle,
it's a bare knuckle. Hello.
were you going to fight for that?
I'll fucking fight for anything.
Something great.
Yeah.
Travis was like, what?
I'll fucking fight for fucking just a Dickies belt. I don't give a shit.
Dickies belt.
Any belt. Give me a belt. I don't
On the
give a-
Dickies,
We are going to create a belt next time.
on the Dickies belt note, we're going to close the show. Guys, we're Combat Insiders. We're out for all the bare-knuckle coverage. You got us right here.
Yes, sir.
combatinsiders.com.
My guys.
We're out.
Later. Great seeing you.